Thank you.
Everybody at the end, everybody at the end, I will look at your work. So concentrate, observe, and then if you have a question, stop, ask, get it, get the answer. Okay, everybody. Here we go. Jaren, over to you.
Yeah, thank you. So before we start today's class, we'll have a small time of meditation. Okay, so I want all of you to close your eyes, sit in your seats. Okay, don't get distracted. Don't look here and there. Don't look what is happening around you. Just close your eyes. Okay, I'll give you some time to sit on your chair and relax. If you want, you can close your door if there is any noise. Okay, yeah, just close your eyes and take a deep breath in and slowly let it out. Okay, we're going to do it for 30 seconds. Okay, yeah, so don't move here and there. I know you can't move here and there and meditate. Okay, you need complete focus. You have to be still. You have to be in one position. You can't move here and there, right? Yeah, I wish you can sit in your seat. Yeah, sit there and then close your eyes. Yeah, and take a deep breath in and slowly let it out. Yeah, for another 10 more seconds. Havish, close your eyes. Close your eyes. Yeah, very good.
Lakshit as well.
Lakshit, close your eyes. Yeah. Okay, now you can open. Okay, do you guys feel good? Okay, cool. So we'll start away with today's artwork. Okay, so let me first tell you what's the topic for today. So today's topic is still life. Okay, and still life basically means we're going to draw something which is still, okay, and not in motion. I hope you know what's the meaning of still, right? Still means something which is still and something which is not in motion. So something which can't move here and there. It will be in one position. Okay, so we are learning still life because we can focus on each and every detail. So usually what happens is when you're drawing a scenery or suppose an animal or something, we have to focus on the animal and the hair of the animal and what's happening around the animal. Or if it's a human being, we see the human being and what's around the human being, right? But when we are focusing on a still life, we are only focusing only on the objects and the details of the objects and how to make it look more realistic. Okay, so in still life, we will never draw any object that is in motion. Suppose we are drawing an apple, we will never draw an apple that is falling on the ground, okay? Or an apple which is just swaying on the tree. We won't do that. We'll keep an apple on the table or any object. It can be any object, any non-living thing, okay? It can be a cherry, it can be a banana, it can be any fruits, it can be a vase or anything, any object, okay? Understood? So now you have any doubts? Rayansh, you have a doubt? Any doubts on the topic?
Can I do an animal?
Sure. You see, I told you, still life, okay, involves only objects, nothing non-living, nothing moving, okay? We're going to take only objects that are still. So if you want to draw any animal, you can tell me your interest, which all are your interests. So in the coming class, we will be taking whatever you guys like and we will be doing that. Sure? Cool? Yeah. Yes, Anand.
I think I've done still life before.
Okay, very nice, very nice. So it will be a little more easier for you. You can practice, keep practicing more so that you can get more realistic kind of sketches out of it. Okay, cool. So shall we start then? Okay, so before we start, okay, I hope all the materials are clear for you. So we'll start with drawing some circles, just practicing some circles, and then we will straight away get into the artwork for today. Okay. So I will tell you what we are going to draw today. We are going to draw a cherry, something very simple, something which all of you can do. Okay, I'm not taking anything complicated. A simple thing, that's a cherry. So before we draw a cherry, yes.
Pencils.
Yes, Havish, you were telling something?
What pencils does he need?
Okay, we need drawing pencils. So I have taken 3 kinds of pencil. One is a 2B pencil, okay, and a 4B pencil and a 8B pencil. So if you have another grades of pencil also, you can use it, but you need drawing pencil specifically. Okay.
So So it just doesn't matter which pencil it is. I think we
No,
don't
yeah,
have
you,
8B, but
yeah. So if you have anything of the B grade, okay, that would do.
okay. We have
Okay.
a H, so that's why. Okay.
Oh, okay, okay. H pencils are mostly hard pencils, okay, and they won't give the shading that you require. So if you have a B pencil of any good grades like 4B, 8B, and 2B, or 6B, 3B, 10B, any of the B grade pencil, it will be good for shading.
Okay, we have 2B, 4B, and 6B.
Cool, cool, cool. That would be great. Okay. Yeah. So we will start with our work for today. Okay. So first, what I want to do, what I want you guys to do is take the lightest grade of pencil, that is 2B. So I have 2B with me. Okay. And let's practice some small circles. Okay. I want you to make some circles,
Focus.
just some freehand circles.
Start with 2B.
Okay. Like this. Just make some circles till your hands get used to making perfect circles.
Oh, like that?
Yes, Havish.
Keep it close.
Okay. Once you made a bigger circle, you can make smaller circle inside it. Okay. Done with making circles. I'll give you some more time. Okay. Keep moving your hand. You can move it clockwise and anti-clockwise as well. Once your hand is getting used to it, we can straight away start with the artwork. That's why it's very important to practice these exercises. Okay. So now let's start straight away with our main drawing. So let me just take a new sheet of paper. Okay, so before I start, let me just zoom out my screen a little bit. Yeah. I hope this is clear. Yeah, so I want you to make a big cherry. We are going to draw only one cherry. So I want you to make a big cherry. Don't make a very small cherry. Okay, try to cover up your entire sheet of paper. So I have kept my paper.
Which B?
Yes.
Which B is it?
Which B pencil you mean? Lakshya, did you say something?
I was saying which one was it? Was it these ones? Or is it these ones or the regular one?
You're using only drawing pencils. You know what drawing pencils are, right? Anything which has a B grade pencils in it. Okay, we are not using the regular pencils at all. The ones that we use for writing.
Can I use any? Which one should I use?
You can use a 2B pencil. So I will tell you in each and every step. I will tell you which pencil to use. Okay, I will tell each one of you which pencils to use. So don't worry.
Okay, and done.
Okay. So keep your pencils in or keep your paper in a portrait mode. Okay, and we're going to start with the drawing. Okay, so observe how I'm starting. So let's start by making the outline of the cherry. Okay, it looks somewhat like a circle. Okay, so make the outline very lightly.
Jaren, what are we drawing today?
I told you, right? We are drawing a cherry. Okay. So watch and observe how I'm drawing this cherry. You have to make a circle. Okay, so we are not making an exact size shape of a circle. We need some curves and grooves and all in between. Okay. So I'm making it very light because in case if there is any mistake or if I'm not happy with the shape, I can just erase it and do it again. So let's do the first step very lightly. Okay. Okay, now I'll slowly make it darker. So if you observe, look where I'm holding the pencil. I'm not holding it like this at the tip. I'm holding it a little bit far away, okay, towards the end of the pencil. Okay, try to make proper curves. Okay, that's why I'm doing it very slowly. Don't make straight lines. So try to get a proper curve on the edges. Okay, so I got my shape of the cherry. Now let me draw the stem. Okay, so I'm going to start the stem from here. Making it in a slanting manner all the way till here. So this is the tip of the stem. So here we're going to make it a little bit broader. Okay. And then a small groove here. Okay, so this is the basic outline of the cherry. So inside this is where we are going to start shading it. So we are not going to shade it regularly with one grade of pencil. We are going to use different grades of pencil to make it look more realistic. Okay, so try to get this shape right. If you're not happy with the shape, feel free to erase it and try it again. Okay, so if you're done till here, can you give me a thumbs up, or I will keep waiting till you guys are done. Okay. Yeah, Lakshit, it's looking good. So at this edge, okay, on the left side edge, give a little bit of curve there. I can see a little bit of bend. You can give a little bit of curve there. Okay. Otherwise, it looks perfect. So listen, I didn't make one single line, okay, for this cherry. I haven't made a round like this. I have made little by little strokes I have given, okay, so that it's not coming too dark. Okay, I have made it with multiple strokes like this. Havish, are you getting it? Are you getting it? Can you show me, Havish, what you've done? Can you show me on the camera? Yeah, show me. The cherry. I think cherry is on the other side. The cherry that you have made. Okay. So the stem right here, right? So try to make the stem a little bit thinner. Okay. Try to make it very thin. Okay, and it should be slanting. Okay, even if it's straight also, it's totally fine. But try to make it thinner, little bit thinner. Yeah, Lakshit, it's looking fine. Yeah. So if you're done with that, next what we're going to do is the second step. Okay, so shall I tell you the second step? So second step is very simple. We are going to just give a base layer of shading to the entire cherry. So just shade very lightly like this. Very lightly, just shade the entire cherry. This is just the base layer. So using the same 2B pencil itself, you can shade. Don't use dark pencils now. Use very light pencils. You can use 2B or just a B grade pencil is also fine. Okay, I'm holding the pencil very far and shading, okay, so that I can get a light shade. And also if you observe, I'm shading it in a cross-hatching manner. First I shaded in this way and now I'm shading it in the opposite direction. Okay, shade it throughout. Okay, like this. This is just the base layer. Lakshit, good. Okay, so if you're done shading, I'll tell you what to do next. So if you're done shading, the next thing you have to do is you need to just blend this shade here. Okay, so for blending, I told you, right? You can either use a cotton napkin, tissue paper, or a makeup brush, anything, just to blend this. See, when I'm blending, I'm getting like a smooth kind of texture like this. So if you have a cotton napkin or a earbud
Is
or
it
a
this
tissue
one?
paper, you can use it.
Is it this one?
Yes, yes, you can use that. You can try with that. It's not a makeup brush, it's a paint brush. You can try with that. If it's coming smooth, you can go with that itself. Otherwise, you can use a cotton napkin or a tissue paper or an earbud.
It's not working. It's not working. Can I get another one?
Yes, yes, yes. Then you can try with a different thing. You can try a blending stem or a earbud. So don't press too hard, okay? Don't press too hard. You just need to gently brush through like this. Just gently. You just need to get a smooth texture there, that's all. Okay, like this. So while you're brushing like this, in case if any pencil mark has gone outside, you can just use an kneadable eraser and just erase it. Just to make the edges clean. Okay, like this.
Can you wait, teacher? I forgot that I can use my earbuds.
Yes, yes, you can use your earbud as well. So remember, don't press too hard. You just rub it gently. Okay, just brush it through very gently. You just need a smooth texture, that's all. Okay. So we are done with our first layering. Okay. Now we will move to the second layer.
How should I do an eraser now? I'm doing an eraser.
Where you're using the eraser, not inside the drawing, just on the outside. In case if the graphite has bent outside the picture, you can just erase it off.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll give you some time. I'll give you all some time. And then I'll go to the second layer. So now let me tell you one important thing. Okay. So every drawing.
Like this?
Yes, Lakshit, it's good. Rayansh also is good. Okay. So let me tell you one very important thing. For every drawing, you need four important things that you have to look. Okay. So one is the light tone. Okay. Second is a mid tone. Third is a dark tone. And fourth one is highlights. Okay. Understood? Who can tell me what I just told now? The four things. Anybody? Okay, I'll repeat it one more time. First one is the light tone. Okay, second one is the mid tone. Third one is the dark tone. And fourth is highlight. Understood? Mahi, you got it? Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So right now what we did is, okay, it's just a mid tone. Okay, we have a medium kind of texture here. We have the mid tone here. Okay, now what we're going to do is we need some highlights. So we will start marking the highlights now itself, and then we will go to the dark tone and give some light tone as well. Okay, so this looks somewhat like a medium tone right now. Okay, so now let's mark out the highlights. So for highlight, you have to use the kneadable eraser or any kind of eraser. Okay, so highlights basically mean where the light is falling on the object. Okay, so suppose here your object is cherry, so you have to see where light is falling on the cherry. Okay, so that is the place where we are going to mark the highlight. So suppose the light which is falling on the cherry is somewhere here. Okay, so I'm just going to mark a highlight here like this. So make your kneadable eraser pointed like this. Make it pointed. Okay, after making it pointed, just mark the highlight like this. So as you keep on kneading, so why it's called kneadable eraser is because as you keep on kneading it, your kneadable eraser will become soft. Okay, so when you're buying it for the first time, when it's new, it's going to be a little bit hard. So when you keep on kneading it like this, it becomes softer and softer. Okay. So this is my first highlight, and I'm going to make another highlight somewhere here, a smaller highlight. Okay, this. Okay, now let's go with the second layer. For second layer, you have to use a 4B grade pencil. Okay, let's use a 4B grade pencil to make a little more darker tones here. Okay, so take the 4B pencil. So I will tell you where all we're going to make the darker tone. So one dark tone, we're going to make it here. So start shading. So now when you're shading, don't shade it in a horizontal or vertical manner. We're going to shade it in a curved manner like this. So you call this kind of shading contour shading. So contour shading basically means you're shading in a curved manner like this. So now we'll start shading in the shape of the object. Okay. So now you can hold the pencil a little more closer to the tip. Okay, and then start shading. Okay, when you're shading, you can shade it in a round manner like this. When you're shading small regions, so first shade it in the shape of the object like this, and then shade it in a round manner like this. Also, one more thing, to give a more realistic effect to the cherry, we can draw some water droplets also on the cherry. Okay, so for drawing the water droplets, what you have to do is first make the droplets. Okay, so let me make one droplet here like this. Okay, and another droplet here. So droplets, try to make it a little bit darker. Another droplet here. Okay, another one here, and another here, another one here. Okay, so you can make droplets in the on your cherry. Okay, just mark out the droplets, and while shading, don't shade on the droplets, just leave those places blank, and then we can later shade it. Okay, now start focusing on the cherry only.
I'm done.
Okay, where did you reach? Okay, you need to give a little more darker kind of shading. Okay, so we are going in layers. Okay, so this is just the first layer that is over, and we are going to the second layer. Now we have another 2 more layers left. Okay, so just focus on what I'm doing and keep on doing it. Okay, we have to go in layers. Okay, now let's start shading to the middle portion. So here, let's give a small kind of groove. Okay, small curve like this. Okay, so remember these shapes that I'm giving, right? So try to focus on these shapes also, which I'm giving, these curved shape. So these are the things that will give a realistic effect to the sketch. Now let's go to the right hand side. So right hand side also, let's give the same kind of darker texture here.
I'm done.
Okay, you can show me. Okay, so you have to keep doing more shading. Okay, Havish. Okay, so even I'm also not done. I'm done with 2 layers only. Okay, you can just keep continuing whichever layer I'm doing. You can keep doing those layers. Okay, so which pencil are you using, Havish?
The sketching pencil.
Yeah, which grade? 2B, 4B?
I think it's 4B.
4B. Okay, good. Yeah. Yeah, nice one, Sanvi. Nice. Okay, so start building up the darker tones. Okay, start building up the darker tones like this. You need it pure, like a black cherry. Okay, so start building up the tones. So if you're done with this, making these dark tone, you can start blending it. Okay, don't blend it. So I will show you how to do the blending part. Okay, don't just blend the entire thing. If you blend the entire thing, everything is going to look the same. So wait and see how I'm blending. Okay. You can start working on the edges also. You need perfect edge. Okay, so start working on the edges also while shading. So don't shade on the water droplets that you have made. That we will focus on the end. Okay.
I'm done.
Yeah, good, Havish. Good. Yeah, Lakshit also good. Okay. So after doing this one, I will go to the next and final layer. Also remember, the more you shade, the more realistic it will look. Okay, so see how I'm doing. So I'm not just giving one kind of shade everywhere. I'm giving different layers of shading. Okay, so the more layers you give like this, the more realistic it's gonna look. Okay, so now we will start blending. So I will show you how to blend. So you don't have to blend the entire portion. You have to blend specific areas. Okay, so I'll show you how you have to blend. So when you're blending, so start blending very slowly like this. So in the areas where you have shaded, okay, very slowly you have to blend. Okay, so blending is just to get a smooth texture. Okay, so we don't want equal shading everywhere. So when you're blending, only the areas where there is a lot of texture, you just blend. Especially when you're using an earbud or a blending stump, blend very carefully. Okay, I'll show you how to blend with the makeup brush also. Okay, now let's go to the final layer. So final layer, we're going to do it with the 8B pencil. Okay, we're going to make the darkest tone. We are done with the medium tones. Now we need the darkest tones. Okay, so we have to use the 8B pencil or any of the higher grade pencil. You can use a 10B pencil also. So wherever the shadow is going to fall, that is where you're going to give the darkest tone.
Teacher,
Yes, Havish or Lakshan.
is the class over?
Not yet, Rayansh, not yet. We will do the final layer, okay, and then we will be done with today's class. Okay. Okay, so this is like the final layer of the cherry. So after this, we will start shading the water droplets. I will tell you how to shade the water droplets and the stem also. Stem is more easy compared to the body. Okay. Also nicely blend. Okay, we don't want any gaps in between. So nicely blend. Even with the pencil, you can blend. So how to blend is when you're making a dark tone, when you're coming to the next tone, you just keep shading very lightly. Okay, so you'll get a very nice blend. So we don't want light and dark patches here and there, okay? So that's why blending is very important.
I'm done.
Okay, good, Havish. Show me once again. Okay, so can you see those white patches, the water droplets? Okay, remember, so water droplets, if you observe how I made very tiny water droplets, right? Okay, so try to make the water droplets very tiny. Okay, otherwise it will take up the entire cherry. Okay, you won't be able to see how the body of the cherry looks like. So make the water droplets on top of the cherry, like outside on the body of the cherry, very, very small semicircles and very water-like shapes you can draw. And the entire area, the other areas, you can just shade it. Okay. So if water droplets are difficult, just shade the entire body. That's enough. Okay, just focus on shading the body of the cherry.
Okay.
Remember, we don't need any patches. So if any patches are there, try to just blend it, okay? So these areas, I can see a little bit lighter grade. So I'm just shading these areas with the 4B pencil, okay? So if you see any very light areas like this, like patches, you can just shade it with the 4B pencil.
My cherry is so great.
Can you bring it closer, Havish? Yeah. So make the this thing, make the water droplets into the highlights, right? Can you see the white spots? Okay. Try to shade those areas also. Just shade it very lightly because you don't want to keep it white like that. Okay, just shade it. Okay, you can use a 4B pencil and then shade it. Okay, now let's shade near the stem region. So behind the stem, you can shade it very darkly, and in front of the stem, you can shade it a bit lighter. Okay, meanwhile, let's start shading the stem also. So I'm using a 4B grade pencil now to start shading the stem. Okay. Okay, and then you can give a little bit of blending also like this. After blending, you can use your 8B pencil to give some dark tones. Okay, now what we need is a highlight. Okay, for highlight, you can just use a kneadable eraser, give some highlights. Now let's start working on the droplet. So when you're working on the droplet, you have to focus on each and every water droplet that you're making, okay? So what you have to do is make a dark outline, a little bit of medium shade, and a small highlight inside, that's all, okay? So follow this technique. So dark outline, okay, that shows the shadow, and a little bit of medium shading, and a small highlight inside. Okay, the same step, keep doing it everywhere. Okay, let me repeat it one more time. So a dark outline that shows the shadow, and then a little bit of medium shading inside, and a white space for showing the light. So every droplet you can focus the same technique. So here the shadow.
I did all of them.
You shouldn't do entire thing dark, okay? So same technique which I'm telling. If you did the entire portion dark, just erase that water droplet, okay, and then follow this technique, okay?
This is what mine looks like. Neon dark. No, it looks like this.
Okay, so you can see some white patches, right? Those patches also start shading. Kalyani, very nice, very nice. So don't leave white patches anywhere. You don't want to see any white patches, okay? So you start shading anywhere there is white, you start shading there, anywhere.
I set my parts in.
Okay, the entire water droplets that you have made, same technique, okay? Shadows, and then the highlight. So remember, when I am saying highlight, that basically means these white area, okay, where the light is falling. Just to show the light, we call it as highlights. Now the final thing is to show the shadows. Okay, so shadows is very simple. So try to take a pencil. So basically we are showing the shadow of the cherry. Okay, suppose the light is falling like this on the cherry, the shadow is going to fall diagonally like this. That also we'll just mark. Okay, so the stem shadow is going to fall like this. Okay, and the cherry shadow is going to fall like this here. So between the cherry and the shadow that is falling, leave a thin white line. Okay, so that will make the cherry look like a 3D cherry which is on the paper. Okay, leave a very thin line and then shape. Okay, and then you can blend it. So when you blend it, you will get a very smooth shadow.
Is class done?
Yes, yes. This is the final step, and after this, it's done. So even here also you can blend, okay, where the stem is touching. Okay, and give some finishing. Okay, if your cherry doesn't look like a finish to this thing, just give some finishing to this. Okay, one more thing I will tell you for making the highlights. Okay, for making the highlights, if you're not able to do it with the kneadable eraser, you can use an eraser pen also. Okay, I'll show you how an eraser pen looks like. So this is the eraser pen. Okay, I will try to show the highlights, how to make the highlights. So these are the highlights. Okay, you can use a eraser pen. This is more easier if you are not able to do it with the
Which one
kneadable
to
eraser.
waste the pen?
You don't have
Is, is this a waste pen?
Show me. Can you bring it more closer? No, no, no. That's a regular graphic pencil.
This one?
No, no. So eraser pen, if you look here, can you see? On the tip, there will be eraser. That's all. So it's like a pen. And when you press it here, you will get the eraser out.
I don't have it in here.
Okay, it's okay. You can use the kneadable eraser itself. So this is just for more easier way of making highlights. You can use the eraser pen. Okay, we are just giving the finishing touches. Okay. So if you feel that there is white patches, you can start blending it. Okay, those areas you can start blending it like this. So blending is one easy way to remove all the patches that is there. So if you guys are done, you can start showing me. Okay, I'll just check out your works and then we can move on.
Am I done?
Yeah. So you have to show me. You have to show me. So if I see your work, I will. So you need, Lakshit, you need to shade it a little bit more. Okay.
Where?
Yeah. So I can see some white patches. Can you see the white patches? I can see some white patches. So those areas you have to fill. Okay. You have to get a very clean shading. Okay. Rayansh, you did the shading fine. You have shaded the entire portion. Try to make some dark shading also. Okay, you need a little more darker shading on these edges. Okay, to make it look more real. So I'll just zoom out a little bit so you can see. Yeah. So can you see a 3D looking cherry? So it feels like a 3D looking cherry. Okay, so only if you
Does it
focus
look
on
like? How does it look like it?
you tell me, tell me, Lakshit. So when you're looking at the cherry, do you feel like a 3D looking cherry?
I covered a light.
Okay, okay. So do you feel it's looking like a 3D cherry?
Yes.
Okay, fine, fine. If you're feeling like that, then good. Okay, if you feel you need a little bit more shading here and there, you can apply a little bit more darker shading.
Okay.
Yeah, Sanvi, it's good. The shading has come up well. So did you use the gel pen, white gel pen, to give the highlights?
I don't know.
I
No,
don't
not
I
Lakshit.
don't have a gel pen, so I use the white paint.
Okay, okay. That's also a good option. Nice. Okay. So you can give a little more darker shadows. Okay, by shadows I meant these areas. So can you see these areas? So these areas give a little more darker tone. So I told you, right, the 4 things. So when you're looking at the object,
I'm done. Can I
Yeah.
leave?
Yes, yes.
Okay, I'm
Whoever are done,
leaving.
you can leave.
Bye.
Bye-bye. So let me tell you one more thing. When you're looking at the drawing, you should see all those 4 things. Okay, you should be able to see those 4 things. Okay, one is the light tone. So you can see a light tone here, and this is the medium tone. This is the dark tone here, and these are the highlights. Okay, remember, if you're able to see these 4 things only, your picture will look a 3D looking figure. Okay, understood? So whoever has not shown me yet, you can show me. Sarai is still drawing, right? Okay, take your time. Yeah, Rayansh, good. You can give some highlights also, those white marks which I made. Nah, just a little bit of touch you can give for that. Mahi, show me how you made. Very nice, beautiful. So around the highlight, okay, around the highlight, can you see that white dark circle that you've made? So just give a little bit of erasing there, because you shouldn't see the highlight being circled around like that. Okay, Kalyani, perfect, very nice, very nicely done. Shashank also nice. You just need to clean a little bit on the edges, okay? Just on the edges, just erase a little bit, okay? Yeah, Rayansh, it looks fine. Yeah. Okay.
Can I leave?
Yes, 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 Rayansh, definitely. Okay, so that's it for today's class. Okay,